Hey everybody, this is Alex Merced from Alex Merced Coder, and this should be either the last or second to last in our videos regarding this Python Django Vue build. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my server started back up. So server, we're going to do python manage.py run server. And then in my VS Code, I'll get the Vue dev server back up. Let me just close all these windows. Close all. And then I think, yeah, I need to switch back to here. Okay, then open up the terminal. And that'd be npm run serve. And last where we left off, what happened was I was having some trouble with delete. I realized what the trouble was. I realized it turns out the delete route was working. Like Django's very, if you don't use regex, it can be very, very particular about what the URL is. Because by natural, it just takes what you say as a given. It's not like Express that kind of will automatically assume slash or no slash. So what happened is I was missing the slash, and that's what was causing the problems. What I need to do is to fix the delete, I need to add the slash to the URL here, like that. Okay, so that should fix the delete button. Okay, so let's go back to port 8080. Okay, I log in. Okay, let's add a note. Jeez. There's the jeez enough. I hit the delete button and delete. So it works. Okay, so the last thing we would need to do is just add like an edit function, which is going to be the same thing as before. Basically, the idea is you'd want to make it where you add another button. Yeah, I guess we'll try to see if we can make a edit note real quick. So how are we going to do this? I want to button types in danger, new note. So I just want to copy this whole thing again. And make this edit note. So edit a note here. vModel, we'll call this edit message. New note, well, we'll come back to the function edit note. Okay. And then I need to make sure that in my data we have that spot. So edit message. Okay. So what I need to do next is create a button that allows us to edit the note. So let's see here, button. Let's add another button, Control C. And we'll just make it say edit. Just keep this real simple. And when we click on this button, okay, let's just create the function. We'll call this edit select. And all this is going to do is function. What this will do is take. We have to add the ID here on the button. vbind ID, node ID. Okay, so it already has that. Good. So we're going to want the event. That's really all I need, the event. Let me think about this. Actually, what we're going to do is we'll pass in the ID and the content. I'm going to do this a little bit differently. Okay, so, and then so we need to bind to the edit button, this button here, v model ID equals edit ID. Okay, so we need an edit ID thing in data. Edit ID, which will be 0 initially. Actually, will be initially null. Cool. So then what we need here is to say this dot edit ID equals ID, and then this dot edit message equals content. Cool. So that should do it. And the way I'm going to run this function is that over here on the edit note button, well, not there, on here on the edit button, I want to pass in an arrow function, and then the arrow function will receive note.id and note.message. And what it will do is run edit message. Actually, we don't need this here. It could just be, I think it's edit select. And then this, note.id, and then pass in note.message. And then theoretically, this would then update the edit form, which then allows me to do a edit function. So I can just copy this delete function. So it'll be pretty much the same thing. So we'll call this edit note. And that's fine. That's fine. Okay. But we would need to add a content type header because we're sending some data. Content type application JSON. And we'd also need to add a body property, body, which is going to be JSON.stringify, an object with message in it, which would be edit message. Okay, let me just think here, and then this would be a put request now. Yep, that should do it. As I attach that function to the button to complete the edit. So this will be edit note. Okay, and what's this complaining about? Oh, this should be vbind. Okay, so let's give this a shot. Let's go back to the main page, refresh, log in, log in. Let's say this is a new note. Let's click on edit. That's good, it updated that. So this is a new note 2. If I click edit note, oh, that didn't quite work. So let's see why. Use failed to load resources service respond with the status of 404. Which, let's see here, let's try that again. Here we go. There's payload, response. Oh, there's 2 slashes now at notes. Let's see if that's the case. Let's go with delete function. Hmm. That's the problem. Let's just see here. Headers, request slash notes. So it's sending a second notes. I don't see why. So see, the edit one seemed to have worked just fine. Oh, so, the foot is what went wrong. So there's this extra slash on notes. Oh, because it's not getting the ID. That's why. Okay. So let's examine that. Refresh. Log in. Okay, so if I hit view here, and we're looking at the main component. Okay, edit ID. Does a change. So let's click here, hit edit. It does. So actually that's what I should be changing. Let's go back to delete or edit note. And this doesn't need to be event.target.id, even though there is no event, because the way I set that up. So this should just be this.edit ID. Good. Okay. So now we should be in where we need to be. So log in. Oh, let's go back. Log out. Refresh. Log in. There we go. I will edit this one. I will say new note 2. And it works. Okay, good. So we have full CRUD functionality on the whole thing. This all works. Wonderful. So all that's left is to deploy it. So first, let's go to Heroku. Or actually, let's go over here to my server. I need to deploy this first. Control C. And let's do a git add git commit -m final git push origin master. Oh, yeah. Okay, so that's going to start redeploying at Heroku, so we need to go find that. Okay. I think it's this one right here. Secret build succeeded. Should be like notes, isn't it? Yeah, here we go. Notes, backend Django. That's what I'm looking for. There we go. It's building at the moment. Okay, it's good. It's deployed. We do need to do some migrations. So before I even go test out the app, we'll do Heroku run python manage.py migrate app equals there we go, and that should run the migration command on my Django app in the back, and we should get it working. That all looks good to me. Okay, cool. And then I need to create a super user. Doot. Create super user. Okay, just use test as the username. Test at test dot test. Password test. Okay, good. So the user's been created. Okie dokie. So now let's go open up the app. Okay, so good. It's all working. Good. This is a good sign. So I just need to replace the URL with this. So let me go back to my front end application and replace the in here this with localhost with this. Okay, without the slash because all my other URLs put in the slash. So I don't need that slash at the end. Node backend Django. So yeah, that should do the thing. Okay, so let's just test it out locally. I mean, technically this should already be working. Localhost 8080. So now we log in. Now it's going to be test. And I was able to log in. Good. Let's see here. Cheese. Make a new note. I made a new note. Am I able to edit the note? I can edit the note. And can I delete the note? I can delete the note. Perfect. So now all I need to do is just push this up. Control C. Git add. Git commit. -m. Final. Push. Git push origin master. That should update it on Netlify. Let's give it a second. Log in. Just this one right here. So this should be building. So it's building right now. Let's see when it finishes. Just wait for it to deploy. There we go. Let's take a look. So this is the deployed version. Test. Cheese. Oh, I just want to make a new note. It makes a new note. And then let's edit it to that. Edited it. And then if I delete it, it works. So we have a working application. Wonderful. Wunderbar. Okay, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video series. Again, there's more you can do. All you gotta do is just, read the docs. So things I could do to improve this is I could build some content out on the main page. 2, edit my models so that way the models keep track of the user that created it. So that way, and create a create user functionality on the website. So that way you can have multiple users, each with their own set of notes. That, and there's always, of course, just adding more styling, fixing this footer. These are all things that I could now go and add on, but the main thrust of this application is complete. So go off, enjoy, and thank you very much.